So we'll get started with the webinar, which is how to become a sports agent, or as you like to call it, how to become a sports celebrity manager. So we'll start off with a brief introduction of yourself and how you have gotten into this field.
Cool morning, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure and an honor to be on this webinar. To start with, firstly, I am a super proud IISM gold medalist, and I take a lot of pride in being an alumnus from this esteemed institute. Just to give you a quick background about myself, I am a caterer by profession, and suddenly in the year 2014-15, I decided that I've given about a good 7-8 years to my family business. Now it's time for me to pursue my dream and my passion, which is sports management and Sourav Ganguly. And while I was trying to figure out ways and means, of course, I knew Mr. Ganguly for the last 22 years, and that relationship remains intact, whether I am his chief business officer or no. But I wanted to get this formal education and contribute a little more to his extensive and great journey that he's had for Indian sport and Indian cricket. So 2014-15 when I actually started understanding what sports management is and realized that there is a formal course that you can do. A special thanks to both our founder directors, Nilesh sir and Rasika ma'am, for giving us this opportunity. I was a professional cricketer until 2008-9. Have played very good cricket in Bombay, under 19, under 22, part of various good squads, played with number of current international players. But at 2021, I realized I won't be making it that big. So that's when I took the switch and entered my father's business for a good 8-9 years. As I said, at 28, 29, I realized that, it's time for me to pursue my dream, time for me to contribute to my idol, my God, someone who I worshipped from 1996 onwards. And that's when, so I remember I went to IISM, which was in JN College then, and I realized that I will be doing the post management, post PG course, post graduation course. And suddenly I realized I have to get back to books again, and there's an entrance test that I have to pass. And suddenly, after 10 years, I told my wife, was my God, again, I actually have to do this because my love for sport. Do I need to study? She said yes. So I went, I gave the SMAT, fortunate enough to clear the SMAT and the personal interview group discussion. I go first day to IISM and I see I have to study about 20 subjects in 11 months. And I was like, my God. But then I told myself, see, this is my passion. This is what I want to do in life. Catering will give me probably the money and everything else that I want to, but there's no bigger satisfaction for me than working for someone who I worshipped for 20 years at that stage. And
Definitely.
I did my post graduation, and believe me, even today, especially all the sports management subjects that were taught to me, from celebrity management to sponsorship to sports marketing to sports operations, sports administration, sports event management, every bit that was taught to me in those 11 months is still very, very clearly inked in my brain, in my heart, as to how to succeed. And the reason today we are where we are with brand Sourav Ganguly is because of the formal education that I got at IISM, the exposure that I got at IISM. I'll Once we move forward in the webinar, I'll even tell you at the age of 30, after having one of the most established catering businesses in the city of Bombay, a little on my internship also that I did, which was hardcore into sales, sponsorship, understanding the market. So currently, as I
Definitely.
stand, I am a personal relation of over 22 years with Mr. Ganguly, but uh, it's been about 8 years that I'm a chief business officer now, and taking the brand and his legacy forward. We are about 42, 43 brands pan India and globally, and we'll elaborate as Irish takes it forward. But all in all, that I would like to tell all the young aspirants today who have logged in is pursue your dream. ISM, not because I am an alumnus or I'm part of the corporate relations team or I'm a gold medalist from this wonderful institute, but even if it at 28, 29, if I could pursue my dream of being with my idol, I'm 39 now, was because of IISM and the exposure that it gave me in the industry. So over to Irish. Yeah.
Definitely. So yeah, we'll get into the first parts of it. What led you into this role with Ganguly? You obviously said there was the worship. You obviously worship Ganguly. But aside from that, how did you get in touch with him? How did you establish this contact with him?
So to go back, so I have been his greatest fan, So I mean, I'll narrate a small incident. 22nd of June 1996 was when he made his debut 100 at Lords, and something not so good had happened business wise. Our hotel had caught fire at that time, so the entire morale in the family was a little subdued. And in 95, when ESPN used to have these small snippets with Harsha Bhogle doing commentary on Indian domestic cricket, it
Yeah.
wasn't viewed as properly as it is now, where you have every domestic match telecasted and all of that, where Ranji Trophy is given that much importance now. So there was a Dilip Trophy game going on between South Zone and East Zone, and it was happening at the CCI in Bombay. And I saw this left-hander in a white helmet, and Javagal Srinath probably is still one of India's fastest bowlers ever. I mean, you didn't have speed guns that were that accurate in 96, 95. He would easily touch 150, 100 miles an hour easily at that time also, We talk about 100 miles today, but he was one of the rare species in Indian cricket who could do that in 95, 96. To see a left-hander in a white helmet step out and hit him over covers was my first glimpse that there is this gentleman by the name of Ganguly. And Harsha Bhogle, in that 7, 8, 10 minute snippet that was going on, or the highlights that were going on, at least 7, 8 times emphasized on the talent that Sourav Ganguly has,
Yeah.
So, and my father was a big cricket fan. We always watched and viewed and played a lot of cricket even when I was 8, 9, 10. And cricket was the only thing that, got the entire area, mohalla as it does, together. And fortunately, we coming from a catering background, all big India matches used to be watched in our neighborhood where we used to serve food while the match is on. So suddenly this word Ganguly stuck by me. There was something
Right.
that, I never spoke about someone so highly even in 95 before he had even debuted, So
Right.
96, when an ESPN was having an issue with local Bombay cable operator. Sorry for taking this a little longer. And my father, with the whole issue that had happened, comes and tells me, your Ganguly got 100 on debut and Rahul Dravid got a 95. And
Right.
that word that my father said, na, your Ganguly got 100 on debut, I still remember, it's still inked at, at about 9 o'clock India time, because matches start at 3 p.m. India time, which is morning in London. 9 o'clock India time is when my father said, your Ganguly, on seeing that in Doordarshan. That time we used to not have NDTV or, Times Now or Aaj Tak and all the channels. So on DD News, he saw that cover drive that he hit to Dominic Coke and to get that 100. And there, after that, there was no looking back for me. I mean, many have come, many have gone, with due respect. But for me, even today, Sourav Ganguly is still captain of India, and he's the greatest sporting leader India has ever produced. And there has fortunately been no looking back. And touchwood, this relationship has only grown over the last 2.5 decades, and lots to do together. I mean, the complete portfolio that we manage today, from 40 plus brands, from the reality show that he runs, to being part of Delhi Capitals, to multiple other ventures that we are into. His biopic is also around the corner now. So there's a lot happening. And
Right.
I'm just thankful to God. See, being a Sadarji really helped, because whenever I came in front of him, I was very easily recognizable, in the
Yes.
initial days. So I'll tell you how I met him for the first time. It was 2005-6, 14th of October, midnight. And the Indian team manager, very well known face in Mumbai Cricket Association, Mr. Vinod Deshpande. So I was playing professional cricket that time, and he knew that I am not his fan, but his central AC. I am
Mm.
not just Sourav Ganguly's fan. Head to toe, anything for me is Sourav Ganguly, and that is what life is for me. So he's like, I'm the manager of the team, and would you like to meet Dada? I was like, sir, what are you saying? I mean, this is a moment come true for me. And so he says that he has a shoot in Bombay. They play on the 17th, and he's coming one day prior because he has these commitments. He was playing Australia in Nagpur. He got an 87 that day. It was a day game. And he said, you reach my house at about 9:30, 10. I live in Villeparle. The airport is only 10 minutes. As luck would stand and as my anxiety would be, 8 o'clock only in the evening, I reached his house. And so suddenly something triggered me. I said, I have my car. Why can't Mr. Ganguly come in my car? And he was so gracious, and so, he tried his best. He spoke to the security team at BCCI and got it arranged, that I will get the opportunity to have Mr. Ganguly come in my car and take him to Taj, because I
Right.
thought that would be my first and last meeting with him. So when I reached the airport, I was after him. Let's go, let's go, let's go. He's like, it's just 5 minutes away. Mr. Ganguly walks in. He says, hi, Saurav here. And I was flabbergasted and taken aback to see my idol right in front of me. And that's been the journey where we met for the first time there. And then his entire last series, I was with him for all the 4 test matches. And from what happened in Nagpur, touchwood, till today is just a fairy tale.
Definitely, definitely. So this was obviously how you met him for the first time, but what would you describe would be your first business related experience with him?
Correct. So about 7.5, 8 years back, the relationship had grown where we'd become family, and he'd come for my wedding, and we whenever I was in Calcutta or he was in Bombay, by default we would have a meal together. We would meet, we would exchange stuff, everything. Then I realized, that now I understand the business of sports thanks to what I did at ISM, and I'll elaborate on all those things of how to become a good sports celebrity manager and what are the attributes that you require and the skill set. So, and I came from a business catering background, so I understood sales, I understood marketing, I understood the business of sport basically. For me, XYZ getting runs apart from Mr. Ganguly is not important, but what deals he's striking, what is happening, who's sponsoring what, a complete market research. I understood that. So
Right.
suddenly he tells me, yeah, he calls me Paji because I'm a Sardarji. He's like, Paji, let's start doing something together. I
Right.
was like, done, Dada, let's see where this goes. No strings attached. Let's take it for the first 4 to 6 months. How this goes, where this goes. There's no guarantee that I can get people paying crores to you just like that. I'll need to understand this. And coming to a very interesting part, once I did my internship at a company called Onspawn, and IISM, thankful to IISM who helped me get that opportunity at Onspawn. Onspawn was basically, it's called, it was a short form for online sponsorship in sports and non-sporting events. So it was an
Right.
aggregated platform where you could list your event, and we as business managers or business development people there, at that time I was an intern, I had to work on getting sponsorship for various sporting properties. So
Right.
just hear this out, guys. So this was around 2017-18 when demonetization had just happened. And I was given an opportunity to work on the Aircel Chennai Tennis Open. So the biggest tennis ATP Open that happens in India used to happen in Chennai, and it was title sponsored by Aircel that time, the mobile network aggregator that was there at that time. Demonetization had just happened. Madam Jayalalitha had just passed away. So the entire euphoria or the entire mood around the Chennai Aircel Tennis Open is very, very down. Firstly, there's been demonetization, so brands, people don't want to spend money. Secondly, the biggest lady who was worshipped in Chennai has passed away. So, the entire morale, the mood is very, very sober and down. I was, I took it up as a challenge. Okay, I was given a database of 6,000 companies in the south of India. I took it up as a challenge. I could have easily said, yeah, boss, I have 50 people working with me in my catering business. How can I do cold calls? And
Right.
everyone sitting on this webinar, one humble request is, you cannot succeed in sales, in marketing, in celebrity management if you're not willing to do cold calls and if you're not willing to mold yourself like clay. I had a 2 month internship. I could have easily passed those 50 days in office just talking about how I love Mr. Ganguly and how big my catering business is, and just made a few calls. Every day in those difficult times of demonetization and Madam Jayalalitha passing away, I made nearly 150 calls a day. I used to get trolled. The phone used to get banged on me. I even got abused. But I told myself, it's the 1st of December. That time we used to have the winter internship at ISM. Now we have the summer internship. It's the 1st of December. 15 January, if I'm capable enough and I call myself a successful entrepreneur, if by 15 January I'm able to succeed and getting one deal for the ASL Chennai Open, I feel I can succeed in this industry. It's like getting your first 100 when you know you belong to this arena. It's like getting the Mr. Ganguly getting his first 100 at Lords, where he felt he belongs to international cricket. So I told myself that I'll take this up as a challenge. And unfortunately, 20th December to 5th Jan, for some weird reason, the world shuts. It's just a
Right.
change of date. I fail to understand why people say that, my God, these 15 days, God knows, heaven is going to fall if we don't celebrate New Year's. But at that time, it was so crucial because I was only there for 60 days. So if 15 days the world is not going to work because of New Year, then another 10 days goes in the entire mourning for Miss Madam Jayalalitha. Another period goes in recovering from demonetization. Where is this first deal going to come from? I took it up as a challenge. 10th of January, I had finished 4,800 calls precisely. Guys, in less than 40 days, I made 4,800 cold calls. 11th of January, the marketing head, she's still in touch with me, of Phoenix, of South India, calls me. Bhavesh, this proposition looks exciting. What can we do? What is the extra that you can give me? Guys, today and I'm digressing a little from celebrity, but sponsorship today overall is beyond logo presence. How you integrate ATL, BTL, various activations around that. Believe me, in 50 days, I had a deal of 45 lakhs ready with me in those difficult times. And for an ATP event, a tennis event, 45 lakhs also is decent money. Everything is not cricket, everything is not IPL that you'll get a few crores and you will make a lot of money. So every penny in these smaller events matters. Coming back, long story cut short, I made those 4,000, 5,000 calls, and in 50 days, I had my first deal ready. That gave me the confidence to go to Mr. Ganguly and tell him that, boss, you're a legend. You're India's most successful sporting leader, most successful captain. You are the one who made the 2007 and 2011 World Cup winning teams. Without 8 or 9 of your boys, we would have never come close to dreaming of winning a World Cup also. You are the man who transformed Indian cricket to what it is today. You are the man who could look eye to eye to Steve Waugh, to the English, to the West, and tell them we Indians are no less than you today. Lord survives today because of these antiques of Mr. Sourav Ganguly. 75% of income that Lords makes today is because of the balcony. Correct. So I told myself that I can do this. If I can sell Aircel Chennai Tennis Open, I can sell a legend. I can sell an A-lister. So that's where the entire journey started, with understanding. And then we started working. The first 3, 4 months were, as always, very difficult. And I tell everyone one thing: it's the first deal that will take the longest, because you're understanding what is happening, you're understanding the pulse of the market, you're trying to figure your way out. But remember one thing: when you do sales, guys, especially in sports, if the effort is genuine, if the effort is, if you're telling I'm going and meeting an ex company and you're genuinely doing that, no one will remove you. And of course, this was more than an employer employee relationship. This was a personal family relationship with him, which got to all of this.
Right. So definitely. So let's talk a bit more about Mr. Ganguly's portfolio and how you managed it. You mentioned you have 42 brands under him currently.
Correct.
So could you go a bit into what those brands are and how
Correct.
you manage them?
Correct. So when I say 42 brands, I hardly have 5 or 6 startups with me. Hardly, hardly.
Right.
So when I talk of 42, I'm talking about Adani, I'm talking about JSW, talking about Piramal, I'm talking about Dabur, Mankind, Denver, Vico, Havels, Lloyd, Casa Grande, Coca-Cola, Cycle Pure Agarbatti, Century, Lux Cozy, the who's who of India in terms of the biggest MNCs homegrown are with
Right.
me today. Dabur. I mean,
Right.
there's no bigger FMCG brand than Dabur. Mankind,
Right.
second largest pharmaceutical brand. So,
Right.
and even my startups are who? My 11 Circle, the second biggest fantasy cricket fantasy platform in the country. Dream Set Go, a sister concern of Dream 11, India's number one sports travel and HNI sporting event company. Class Plus, probably the third biggest edtech company. Byju's doesn't exist anymore. The third
Right.
largest edtech, which has survived, which is EBITDA positive also. There are multiple case studies that I can go on and on. So today, even when we look at his portfolio, 42 brands, out of which 36, 37 are the who's who of India and globally, pardon me.
Right.
So when we try and figure out on getting brands, we are very cognizant of the fact to see that, and he loves taking challenges. So even young brands like My 11 Circle, when we started in 2018, was number 25, 26 in fantasy. Today it is
Right.
number two. It's the second biggest fantasy brand. Of course, so Dream 11 is the Maruti of India. Dream 11 is the Bisleri of India. But My 11 Circle is your Hyundai, your Skoda, your Nissan, your Kias. They're right up there. They're 27% of the market share, from having 10,000 paid users to having 25 crore paid users today.
Right.
That's the transformation. So you talk about the steel brand that he endorses. He endorses a brand called Captain Steel.
Right.
And it is called Captain because Sourav Ganguly was still captain of India. It's a 20-year-old association. So hear the story out. It was a 20 crore rupee brand when they started off with Mr. Ganguly. Today is a 15,000 crore rupee brand 20 years down the line. The largest steel brand in East India. Today, Lux Cozy has everyone and anyone with them. But only who Mr. Saket Todi will vouch for is Mr. Sourav Ganguly. JSW says even in our next life, if we have someone to back us, it is Sourav Ganguly. Today, when I meet, I'll show you the mails that Dabur have sent us. But long story cut short, today, uh, the biggest attribute that you need as a sports celebrity manager, and for some reason, I don't like calling that word agent. I feel we are managers, we are beyond that also, is thorough market research. My morning today starts with reading 6 newspapers. And guys, I'm talking about 6 newspapers: Economic Times, Times of India, Hindustan Times, Telegraph. These are four English papers that I read physically, not on my phone, because I can scribble on them, I can underline on them, I can see what the pulse is. Rohit, can you switch off your video? It's distracting me a little, please. Rohit Sachdev. Thank you. Yeah. Coming back, and I also read or go through two Bengali newspapers to understand which brands are putting in money there, which pan India brands are putting in money there. And believe me, all these six newspaper leads that I get every day, I tap them on LinkedIn daily, just to keep, because I'm traveling. I'm out. I'm in Baroda at the moment because the WPL started yesterday, but Delhi Capitals match start from today. So just to keep
Right.
the connectivity good. But otherwise, if you ever come and sit on my desk, I have 20 windows of LinkedIn open every day on my laptop. That, so market research is the key, guys, to understand the pulse, to understand which pan India or young brands, where are they investing? Are they investing in sports? Are they interested in having a celebrity on board? What is their 5 year 10 year horizon? All that research, guys. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप सचिन का नाम ले लिए, धोनी का नाम ले लिए, राहुल द्रविड़ का नाम ले लिए या दादा का नाम ले लिए, you will get a brand tomorrow. Understand, you are asking for crores of rupees to come out. Mr. Ganguly's endorsement fee is one cost, but to amplify that endorsement is 5x, 10x. Television is expensive, media is expensive, hoardings are expensive, social media marketing, sponsorship, having those sponsored ads there is expensive. So you need minimum 40-50 crores rupees with you to amplify a campaign with any of these cricketing A-listers that I mentioned. And
Right.
understand one thing, today in India, this market of sports celebrity agents or sports celebrity managers is at a very nascent stage. There are 15-20 Bollywood stars, A-listers that I'm talking about, and 7-8-10 sporting icons that you can take. And I don't call sportsmen as personalities or celebrities. I call them icons. There are only 7-8-10 icons in sports, and I named 7-8 of them right now. You can just add a Virat Kohli and a couple of others to it that you can technically sell and market. And 15-20 in the Bollywood or South India, the movie space, basically. So
Right.
it's a space that is growing. Yes, the influx of technology, the influx of OTT, the influx of new age brands gives even a decent player. I'm not going to name anyone here, but gives even a decent player 10 to 12 brands today. Today, Ashdeep
Right.
will also have 7, 8, 10 brands. Gail will also have 12, 13, 14 brands today. Hardik will also have 10 to 11 decent brands. So there is enough market. There is enough market in sports sponsorship as a whole. So celebrity management is a part of sports sponsorship. I don't think today you want to just be standing at the airport with a ticket and his bag. That is not what you set your career at today. Today, when I call up myself as being chief business officer, his entire portfolio, he's the ninth highest taxpayer today in India. His entire portfolio today is my responsibility. Whether it's striking a deal with Star for something big that he does, or whether it's getting brand endorsements or amplifying these brand endorsements. I'm not naming any of these brands, but there are 3 or 4 big brands today where he's not only an ambassador, but the association of being a brand ambassador for 5, 7, 10 years has taken this to being stakeholder and owners of those companies. And massive, massive numbers I'm talking about, which
Right.
which none of the other A-listers will also have. And these
Right.
are not with startups. Huh? Let me repeat. These are not with startups. These are with established companies with turnovers over 20, 25, 30,000 crores, bare minimum.
Right.
So
Right.
the key, guys, is having that fire in you. If you want to be a celebrity and a successful celebrity manager, not just standing at the airport with a ticket and his bag, that's not your job. But to ensure you get enough business, is have that fire in you. Every hoarding that you see today, your dream should be that your celebrity should be on that. Every newspaper ad today you see and the categories that are open for you, you need to ensure that your celebrity comes on that. That fire. Today, even in my subconscious mind, I think about what I can do for my man.
Right.
And that is why today we are touched where we are. There are times when we actually say no to brands.
Right.
Because if they don't fit in my budget, however big that brand may be, or they don't fit into my alignment, Because we are where we are today, we are in a position that we have created that niche for him. But
Right.
your passion, your fire, your market research, your understanding of the business of sports, guys. The WPL has started yesterday. There are 36 sponsors aligned with even women's cricket today. 6 teams plus BCCI central sponsors. You need to know what these central sponsors are. As I sit here in Baroda, I have a meeting today at 2 p.m. with one of the central sponsors for Mr. Ganguly. Because that is the market research that I do. Six
Right.
newspapers, you'll be like, Are Bhavesh is old school. Who reads newspapers today? Believe me, you sit and read the Economic Times. If you make that a habit, your 50% of the battle in sales is won. Because you're not shooting in the air. Today, you're not going on LinkedIn and letting the algorithm do the work for you, but you are making LinkedIn do what you want it to do. Because today you will tap, Are C8 is central sponsor women WPL. Are Syntex is central sponsor WPL. Are Tata, to everyone knows is there. Amul is there. Various other brands. Today with DC, Motorola has started. Mobile phones is open for me. Just an example. Why don't I tap that? But I have to be alert. I have to be aware. I have to be aware of my competition also. Today, everyone, I'm not going to name anyone. Today, everyone, the 20 names, the 20 A-listers are all my competition. I have to be aware on what they are doing. Only by reading, only by having that burning desire, will I be able to understand my competition, understand the market research, and take it forward.
Right. Definitely. So when we come to the part of the exact sports industry and the growth you obviously mentioned, how do you view the current sports business scene? As you mentioned, there's obviously you mentioned with WPL there are 36 brands currently, and how do you view that it can be further tapped into by other brands?
Oh, no. So we are currently at about 40 plus brands for Mr. Ganguly. But when you talk of the current sporting industry, guys,
Yeah.
I don't know how many of you all are aware. We are a decade away from embarking something very big for Indian sport. And people who follow sport will understand what I'm trying to talk about. Hosting the Olympics in India, when we started doing our sports management 10 years back, we never could even dream of that. And I'm not saying this again because of the love I have for IISM or because ISM is India's number one sports management institute. But believe me, guys, when I started working, sorry, Irish, I'll come back to your question in a minute.
Yeah.
When I started working, when you went to a BCCI, you went to an AIFF, you went to a Dream 11, you went to that time there were 8, now 10 IPL franchises, you went to the ISL, PKL franchises. Anyone and everyone was welcome. Are you have passion for sports? Ajo. We don't care what formal education you have got. And I'm coming to Irish's to his question only here. Is the paradigm shift that IISM has bought is, अगर आपको लॉ में लॉयर चाहिए, डॉक्टर में डॉक्टर MBBS चाहिए, तो if you want to excel and make a career in sports, first you need a formal education degree in sports management now in the business of sports. And I know what today, with a lot of pride I say this, all top sporting organizations in India. अगर आप, if you do an MBA from IIM, your 5 top organizations would be, say, the Big Four, Google, HSBC, HUL, Dabur, Britannia, the Axis Banks, the Tata Motors of the world. They are your A-list organizations when you do an MBA from a conventional B school. Bajaj, IIM, NMIMS, all the big names that may come to your mind. Today, IISM is bigger than the IIMs in terms of sports management. And I say this with a lot of pride and humility. Why I say this? Who are the big 50 organizations in the sports industry? BCCI, the marketing head of BCCI is an IISM alumnus. ICC, the man leading cricket development at ICC is an IISM alumnus. The top 45, 50 employees in Dream Sports, which is Dream 11, Dream Set Go, Fan Code, Rario, are all IISM alumnus. The top 5, 6 at My 11 Circle are IISM alumnus. The top 10 in each IPL franchise are IISM alumnus. As the person managing Delhi Capitals is an IISM alumnus, Hamza. I had dinner with him last night. The top people managing government initiatives from SAI, Khelo India are IISM alumnus. So I say this, we are bigger than the IIMs in terms of sports management because all the big, small, reputed, cult fit, decathlon, you name Every successful sporting organization in the country, ISM has massive footprint. And I'm not talking of one or two isolated instances. Today, Rahul Dravid's business head, or the girl who manages Rahul Dravid, is Sharma, is my counterpart, is ISM alumnus. Sourav Ganguly is ISM alumnus. All the big people who were at Cornerstone when he was with Virat Kohli were ISM students or ex-ISM students. Today, Meraki is ISM students. All big celebrity sports, ITW is ISM. Every big sporting celebrity management company today has enough, or rather ISM alumni taking calls, leading it. You go to iOS is ISM. You go to every sporting celebrity management company, ISM is ruling the roost there because of what we teach you in ISM, because of the exposure that we give at ISM. Coming to Irish's question on the growth in the sporting industry, was IPL is only growing. Cricket is only growing in this country. Let anyone say anything, till you and me live, cricket is going to be number one. With the Olympics coming in India, boss, massive, massive. People may say that we amplify the number of sports openings or the sports jobs that will be created. Boss, today if 5 states in India are going to host the Olympics, of course with Gujarat being number one, I'm giving a reasonable figure. 1 crore people will be employed for the Olympics. Bare minimum, 1 crore. And I'm talking of all agencies put together. From food to broadcast to hospitality to security to in stadia to sponsorship to operations to every facet related, you'll have minimum 1 crore. Let anyone on LinkedIn try and cut me out on this number. The sporting industry in this country is on the rise. And I'm not only talking about the young 10 12 leagues, ISL, PKL, hockey, Pro Punjab, badminton. Boss, you see pickleball and paddle today at what level they've gone to. India
Definitely.
is the hub. India, Shivali Karan and the marketing team will answer your question, but let me just finish. So, but India is the next sporting hub. FIFA calls India the sleeping giant. I say the giant has already woken up. It's our
Right.
time to grab this, our time to make this big in Indian sport, guys.
Definitely. Definitely. That is obviously something that is very important. Now, talking about coming to the youngsters, as you mentioned, it is our chance to grab the opportunity to make sports big, to make India big in the sports field worldwide. How would you say that youngsters, especially in this field of celebrity management, of being a sports agent, what would be your advice to them?
As I said, first and foremost, that burning desire. You do sports management because you love sports or you love your particular celebrity. So that love and passion for that particular celebrity who you're managing is very, very important. I
Right.
repeated 10 minutes back also market research. Without having that precision of who to tap, you won't succeed. Understand you're asking for crores of rupees. Just the name is not going to get you those crores of rupees. Effort, dream, desire, passion, very, 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 very important in succeeding in sports celebrity management. Having very good negotiation skills, having very, very good marketing and sales skills. And I say this to every youngster. I have a 7-year-old son. He negotiates, bargains, sells in front of me every damn day. Every day. Papa, can I do this? Can I do that? If not this, do this. Every one of you all today have gone and bought vegetables. Every one of you all have gone and negotiated while shopping. You all do sales. So when it comes to real sales, why do you all worry? And I repeat this with a lot of humility today. If you are able to crack one deal in the IPL, there are 100 slots every year. 10 IPL franchises, 8 to 9 sponsors for each team, 7 to 10 central sponsors, hundred openings in the IPL, guys. These are openings. Don't look at it that my God sales. How will I do it? There are 100 openings in the IPL. You get one, your life is sorted forever. You get one, and I repeat, you get one. You get one back of helmet, back of cap, which is 4 crores, 3.5 crores. Take 5% commission plus the salary you will be getting. You're sorted. Get one big deal for the A-listers. You're sorted, boss. 5 6% your annual income is sorted. So don't run away from sales, guys. If you, that's what I said, you want to do operations, you want to wait at the airport with this ticket and bag, please go ahead and do it. You want to end up just being an EA and making dates for him, you're not going to get growth. Exponential growth is in sales. You all are young people mold yourself like clay, and have that bloody burning desire. Sorry for that language. When you say you're passionate about sport, today, football fans, when you watch an European football game, you're passionate. At 3 a.m., you're awake, cheering, going all out. Today, when Virat Kohli bats or Rohit Sharma bats on 23rd of February, you will go mad. India has to win. Have that passion now for your own self in sales and see where you reach. But homework, today, me and my wife have to read 6 papers a day. I don't get sleep if I've not done that. Have to understand. Today I miss out on one brand my competitor has got. Believe me, I get sleepless nights. That Bhavesh, what have I done? But that burning desire, someone who's retired from international cricket at 16 years back, 17 years back, someone who's left the IPL 12 years back, still has 42 brands at his price. So, first, very important skill is research. Read. Sorry to say, Instagram, YouTube is not going to give you all the knowledge. Conventional, old school reading is still going to give you enough knowledge to understand how to penetrate. A very big tool that everyone today has, and ISM spends a lot of time in training, and Irish will be privy to that, is LinkedIn. We go hands down in training our students on how to network. Your biggest net worth is your network. Your biggest net worth is your social equity. So spend, all of y'all, 60 of y'all who have logged in today, if y'all don't have a LinkedIn ID, please go ahead and create one today, now. It's an ocean that you should explore. I will not dwell too much on LinkedIn here, because whenever you all come to ISM, I will have certain master classes on that and how to excel and do well on that. 75% of my closures come through LinkedIn. Yes, it is slow, it is organic. I repeat, you are asking people to spend crores of rupees. It will not happen overnight. So, patience. Dabur took me 2 years to close. 2 years, 24 long months, 1700 follow ups in 24 months. Perseverance and follow ups, and a very big heart. I only have 42 brands, boss. There are 4 lakh 20,000 companies in India, bare minimum, who can afford Mr. Sourav Ganguly. But I only have 42. So,
Right.
very big heart. The golden rule is, people will say no in sales. People will ignore. People may block you also. But having a big heart, perseverance, follow ups, determination, and that damn fire. Okay, there's no one bigger than my celebrity. Everyone is great in their own right, with due respect. Everyone else is great. But my man is the greatest. And I have to go all out and do whatever it takes for me. If I want to become a sports celebrity manager, I have to, come what may, have that fire in me, have that determination, perseverance, somehow that attribute to get that work done. Another very important aspect is getting the deliverables done. Today, irrespective of whatever our situation, timelines are, we ensure that all the deliverables are met. Come what may. However busy Mr. Ganguly is, we push him and we get it done. Very, very important. Give, understand one aspect in life which is very important. Everyone loves freebies, be it in the catering industry I am, or be it in the sports celebrity management industry that I am in. Everyone loves freebies. So try and always give more than money value. Understand that the brand, the day you feel, "Nah, I am the biggest," you're finished. The day my celebrity feels, "Are he's bigger than the brand, or he's bigger than cricket, or bigger than the sport," you are finished. You need to have the authority, the knowledge to tell your celebrity that, "Sir, XYZ, this is right, this is wrong. You have to do this, and you're not bigger than the brand, you're not bigger than the sport." And a lot of current players feel they're bigger than the sport, and they fall immediately.
Right.
Immediately. There are 3 or 4 important strategies that work. Sometimes it is the pull strategy, but many times even the push strategy works. Sometimes brands may not know you're available in this particular category. Sometimes brand may feel that, whether you'll do this or not do this. So that is very, very, very important, guys. And most important, I say this: understand your competition. Today, if a particular category of brand has taken X celebrity, there are other 50 brands in that category who will need to take you. Because how can they lag behind? I'll give you a recent example. I signed a online fintech loan platform called Olive. Uh, and their marketing on social media, they spent about a couple of crores, went bonkers. Mr. Tendulkar had already signed with a brand, a same category brand called Kist, who never realized that ठीक है sign कर लिया हो गया, we don't care. After seeing the magic that Olive has created for them, in 1 week they spent 4.5 crores amplifying that. But already the people had known this has happened after Mr. Ganguly's brand has come on there. So understanding your competition and being one up ahead of the game. And I repeat, reading newspapers will keep you one up ahead of the game. The new tax regime, the new tax slabs, what happened on that budget. You need to know. You need to know, boss. You cannot say, boss, I'm doing sports management. I don't need to know. You are doing business at the end of the day. Yes, the business is of managing a sports celebrity. The business is of managing an icon. But end of day, it is business. End of day, it is P&L. End of day, it is money coming in. End of day, it is money going out from a brand. You have to be able to justify those crores of rupees that the brand is going to invest in your celebrity. And vice versa. You have to give back. Today, the intangibles that we offer as Team Sourav Ganguly led by me is probably more than just the contract deliverables that exist. But we have created that niche.
So yeah, definitely. That is something that is very important. Now I'll come to a few questions that have actually already been sent in to us by the people who are on this webinar. So one of them is, as a business development executive for a digital marketing agency, how can that individual transition to a career in sports marketing or management? And what are the skills that would be considered important for him?
Okay. So today, digital plays a huge role. As I said, Olive may not do conventional TVCs or hoardings, but a lot of their spending today is going to be on digital platforms. So again, same business attributes you need, same skills of marketing and sales you need that you need to apply in sports today. But understand, sports is a slightly niche, slightly smaller in terms of the opportunities. So you need to be one up ahead of your game. Today you see a young brand called Tring. I don't know whether you all have heard of it, which is into celebrity influencing and wishing their fans on their birthday. There are so many such organizations who need sports people with the social media or the tech driven ideas to take that forward. Today, every big sporting organization needs enough of social media, be it My 11, be it Dream 11, be it Fan Code, be it Dream Set Go. There's enough of marketing of social. Excuse me. There's enough of marketing of social media happening in and around celebrities, sporting organizations. Today, Geo, if you open any big channel, you're only seeing Geo doing Geo Star, Geo Hotstar, Geo Hotstar. So that is the transition that has happened. And today, for celebrities doing social media influencing is a massive, massive business, especially for all the B-listers who don't have 40 brands or 35 brands. For them, social media influencing is a key element of their bread and butter. So again, guys, any form of business requires hardcore sales and marketing and research. Massive. You have to understand who's doing what, because the amount of paid promotions that you see with sporting celebrities is also tremendous. And with gyms, with nutrition, with food, with so many open categories today coming up. As I keep telling everyone when I teach you all or when I interact today, Palm, which is I say they are not 4 P's of marketing, but 5 P's. The fifth P, which is social media today, is on your fingertips. Everything is social media. Everything is influencing today. And a lot of activations today have moved to BTL. And I say social media has a huge role to play in below the line marketing, because that is what will induce me to buy the product, to use the product. So social media influencing is very, very important. But again, you need the actual skill set to market research and market penetration. That is the key.
Right. Right. Definitely. So coming to another one, it would be, how can practicing law or having an idea of how the legal side of things works in sports help a sports agent in the industry?
Correct. So When I talk of having a contract with Dabur, Coca-Cola, Mankind, in 15 days you'll understand something very big is coming up, where an American company who's established in India has signed me up. So I am not a lawyer, but I understand legal contracts because of the number of brands I've signed. But there are, in every aspect, be it a JSW deal with Delhi Capitals, be it an endorsement deal with all the brands that I have, be it various other facets where I have equity with brands, the legal aspect is very important. And if you have a sporting element to that legal aspect, you can succeed as a sports celebrity lawyer. Today, all big A-listers need lawyers, need legal people to vet their contracts, to understand what is going right, what is going wrong, whether deliverables have been met, what is the way forward. So, law, especially the sports element to law, goes very, very well with even a BCCI, who requires it at every level, from ambush marketing to contracts to new players coming on board to new brands coming on board to litigations to arbitrations to multiple facets. Today, I have two arbitrations going on with multiple companies for certain old contracts. And believe me, if you have that sporting element, it's just more easier to understand why this thing was done, why this thing wasn't done, and so on and so forth.
Right. Definitely. So moving on to another question of that, what is the exact scope and job opportunities in this specific industry, and what is the financial growth that you can make as an agent?
Okay, now in the sporting industry, and I repeat this, I've repeated this 10 times. This is the last time on this webinar I'm going to be repeating this. But when you come to ISM, whenever you meet and people who know me like Karan and all will understand what I'm trying to speak about. As I said, आपको बैग पकड़ के एयरपोर्ट पे खड़े रहना है तो 30-40 हजार कमा लो, 10% ग्रोथ में खुश रहो. स्टेडियम में जाना है और खाली ऑपरेशंस करना है तो 70-80 थाउजेंड मिलेगा, 10% ग्रोथ डालते रहो, बी हैप्पी इन दैट. बट वर्ल्ड टूर करना है, मलाबर हिल में फ्लैट लेना है, बड़ा बनना है. सॉरी आई एम यूजिंग हिंदी सो दैट एवरीवन अंडरस्टैंड्स दिस. Sales is the key. Sky is the limit. Today for me, sky is my limit. All my open categories I can tap. And I have more than, in today's era, I have more than 100 open categories. I'm only 40% there. So sky is my limit, provided I do sales. You get one good deal for any of the A-listers, Sachin, Rahul, Dada, MS, all the other current players. You get one good deal for them. Take even 5% of that value that you make as commission, plus the fixed salary that you get. Sky is the limit. But अगर आप बैग पकड़ के एयरपोर्ट पे रुकोगे तो sky is not the limit. Then 10% is the only limit. So the ball is in your court. Mold yourself as sports celebrity sales agents, not just making the calendar and tickets and airport and hotel bookings. It is beyond that today. Every big A-lister today has good 3 to 4 people running their sales wing for them. All of them. Sachin, Dada, Virat, Rahul, Kohli, Hardik, everyone. You go to Rise, you go to IDW, you go to Meraki, you go to iOS, you go to earlier it was Cornerstone. All of them, the 10, 12, 15 real big celebrity organizations today have massive, massive sales wings running for the celebrities today.
Right.
Today, Yashashvi is managed by Rahul Dravid's team, only Meraki. He's really in 5 years going to explode if he continues. He has the right mentor managing him.
Right.
So celebrity management has the money, has big money, provided you are at it and you're on, and never think you are bigger than the celebrity. You exist because of the celebrity. You exist because of the brands. No one knows Bhavesh Singh otherwise. He is nothing. But the day I say I'm bigger than Sourav Ganguly, my God, I don't care. No. You ask all my brands, the follow-ups, the hospitality, and believe me, that humility. Today we are available 20. I had a call at 2 a.m. guys with someone who's coming to sign tomorrow in Baroda at 2 a.m. So we are available. I can say now I am Mr. Sourav Ganguly's manager, boss. 9 to 6. I'm sorry, you can't call. Firstly, there is nothing as 9 to 6. There is nothing as Saturday, Sunday for us. Today is Saturday, I am working. Tomorrow is Sunday, I am working. And I don't take a break till 6th of March. I don't have a day off because I'm continuously traveling till the 6th of March. So I don't have a day off till the 6th of March. And if his team qualifies, again, I'm traveling again on 9th of March onwards. So, firstly, be on top of your game. Research, passion, hard work, dedication. Your subconscious mind, when you're sleeping, also, today I saw this hoarding, my celebrity was not there. Maybe I can contribute by talking to their competitor. So, you have to dream. Today, you will come into IISM, into the sports industry because you love this. There'll be 10 bigger fans than me of a Virat, an MS, a Messi, XYZ. See, I'm not a big football buff, so I don't talk much about football. I am top to bottom only cricket, only cricket.
Yeah.
But uh, as I said, you have to dream. And when you all come for the ISM orientation next year, all of you all, I'll tell you what is the actual meaning of dream. When I'll see you next year in June, July, August, whenever we have the first day, and people who would have probably attended it last year would understand what I'm talking about. And one more small thing, ISM will teach you how to succeed. Will teach you, but you have to love IISM. इधर आके मस्ती मजाक करके नहीं जाना है आपको. इधर you will get the right openings. There are days when we have to say no to big companies. Ke boss, sorry, students are all done with. We don't have more openings for you. Today, Mumbai Marathon, which is India's first big international property even before the IPL, is only done by IISM. The Tata Mumbai Marathon Procam, from research to students to running it, is done by IISM. Entire Khelo India is done by only IISM since the last 5 years. IPL, more than 250 students are part of it. As I said, all big, and I repeat, big sporting organizations has ISM present.
Yes.
Are proud IISM alumnus. And it is because of what was taught to us in practical as well as theory, was all the right things that were taught to us. Mr. Austin Chutino was someone who taught me a lot when I was studying here. Kinjal Patel, the current general manager of Mumbai Cricket Association, taught me. And I'm talking of people who belong to the sports industry. If you do sports science, you have the man who was part of the World Cup winning India team in 2011, Mr. Ramji, managing it. Ramki, pardon me. Today, the who's who of people involved in Indian sport are part of the faculties also at IISM. That is why they will explain the pulse of the industry to you. Sports is very different, but end of day, as I said, it is business. You do sales in any arena, in any vertical of life, you will succeed more than the operation guys. Sports celebrity manager, sky is the limit. आज आप अर्शदीप सिंह के लिए 20 ब्रांड लाओ ना, what stops you? Get 20 brands for Rinku Singh, what stops you? Get 20 brands for the leg spinner Varun Chakravarti, what stops you? Yes, they may not be charging a few crores like Mr. Ganguly or Tendulkar or Dhoni or Kohli, but it will slowly build. Get 10 brands for Akshar Patel today. Gujarat is the biggest goddamn space to do business in today. Akshar is a Gujarati. Get 10 brands for Akshar. See the growth that you will have. आज 50 लाख दे रहा है, कल लौंडा 1 करोड़ रुपया लेगा आपसे. But you have to have that fire, that passion. Firstly, understand ये काम नहीं है. Sports management is not work. It's passion. How can passion be work? कोई आपको फोर्स तो नहीं कर रहा है. How can passion be work? There are times
Definitely.
when Mr. Ganguly tells me, yaar, Bhavesh, enough, stop. I don't feel I work. हाँ, थोड़ा when the legal people trouble you, when the agreements happen, तब थोड़ा pressure आता है, you feel, अरे my God. I may not understand everything. The American company had 7-8 French names in the agreement, which I had never heard of. And till I did not get into this, today I can read any legal agreement. I know what indemnity means, what termination means. I know what force majeure means. I know 100 new terms which I would never have learned. And you have to be clay. You have to evolve. Every day you have to learn, guys. And the golden rule in life, चाहे movies होए, चाहे cricket होए, चाहे deals होए, you are as good as your last 100. You are as good as your last movie. And I'm as good as my last deal. I would have closed X number of deals for my man. Today, if I don't have a deal, I'm on zero. I'm batting on zero. It's a new year, new innings. I may get out on zero, or I have to get 100 to survive. युवराज सिंह का एक एड आता था, आई वॉन्ट नेम द ब्रांड, जब तक बल्ला चल रहा है तब तक थाट है. और जब तक डील चल रही है तब तक ठाट है, उसके बाद कोई पूछेगा नहीं. बट फॉर दैट टू कंटिन्यू, नेवर बी इन योर कंफर्ट जोन गाइज, नेवर. अरे आई कैन सिट यार, 42 ब्रांड्स है बस, क्या करना है यार. और never be in your comfort zone. Last night till 11:30 I was only discussing what is in the pipeline with me. 11:30 in the night, huh? We had a meeting in the morning. He had practice with Delhi Capitals for 4 hours. At 10 to 11:30 while having dinner, we were only in Baroda discussing the future pipelines that we have. But that fire, वो आग होनी चाहिए यार. Today I love IISM because at 30 it gave me the goddamn platform to live my dream. Sourav Ganguly is beyond the whole universe for me, and I have an opportunity. Yes, I was family, I was friends, I could do everything I wanted to, but I did not have the formal work. He would have not told me anything for 2 years also if I don't get a deal for him. But I can succeed because of what ISM taught me and what LinkedIn teaches you. LinkedIn
Definitely.
not only helps you get the job, but also succeed in that job.
Definitely, definitely. But aside from that, another question is that as somebody who is new to the industry, somebody who is novice to it, how would you or where would you try and get an internship or a volunteering opportunity in order to get into the specific industry of being a celebrity manager?
So when you're 18, 19, first from tomorrow, start reading the newspaper, guys. You should be able to answer the new deals. Be it a merger, be it an acquisition, be it a celebrity. LinkedIn pe jao, Economic Times pe jao. You will get a lot on what is happening in the business of sport. विराट कोहली 23rd को 100 बनाएगा, we'll clap, we'll feel happy. बट विराट कोहली के 39 और 38 ब्रांड्स क्या है वो पता होना जरूरी है. So as a young 18-year-old, first research that you need to do is the 10 IPL teams, who are the 10, 12 big sponsors, the marquee players, starting from Mr. Tendulkar, Ganguly, Dravid, Sehwag, coming down to Dhoni, Shikhar Dhawan, Rohit, Yuvraj Singh, the young current lot. You need to understand who their brands are. Market research. Market research is the key. At 2019, mold yourself like clay and start on LinkedIn from today. The algorithm of LinkedIn will support you in getting the right people you want to connect with. There are 50 big talent management companies in India, 50. I cannot name everything because till you're not a part of ISM, I don't want to share that with you. Because I'm very loyal to ISM. But once you're part of ISM, we'll guide you on how to become that also. But you have to figure out, अरे कोहली को कौन मैनेज कर रहा है, रोहित शर्मा को कौन मैनेज कर रहा है, जसप्रीत बुमराह को कौन मैनेज कर रहा है, सचिन को कौन मैनेज कर रहा है, दादा को कौन मैनेज कर. दैट इनसाइड यू हैव टू हैव. एंड द मोमेंट यू स्टार्ट लाइकिंग दिस ना, लिंक्डइन इज ऑल्सो एन एडिक्शन. 90% of the 50-60 people who have logged in are addicted to Facebook, are addicted to Instagram, are addicted to WhatsApp. And I repeat, today, quality leads also come on Facebook and Instagram for this work, provided you train LinkedIn and Instagram and Facebook to send you those leads. It's in your hands. Social media will work the way you want it to work, not the other way. The algorithm on LinkedIn will tell me things only on FMCG, marketing, sales, business of sport, all the right people who I want. मेरा इंस्टाग्राम 3 चीज दिखाएगा. वन इज फूड, दूसरा है दादा और क्रिकेट, एंड तीसरा रिटर्न ऑन माय रिलीजन, थिंग्स दैट आई एम पैशनेट अबाउट. So by default, any deal happening, Inc 42 media on Instagram will only show me that अरे this startup got money, ये merger हुआ, इसको ये celebrity को मिल गया, ये मिल गया. So I'm as it is because my entire ecosystem today wants only this. So I am not a Bollywood person, but I will just say one thing and end this question at least from Irish. Shah Rukh Khan in the movie Om Shanti Om said one thing: if you want something with a true heart, the entire universe will support you. This was just a Sadarji who was a big fan, who has become a chief business officer today.
Yeah.
Because I wanted this. I dreamt of it and I still want it. So that hunger, the world, if you're true, and this is not jagrans, this is not bhashan, this is a reality of life. If you're true to what you do, Almighty God will support you. The universe will come to you. There are times when from nowhere I bumped into owners and big MDs from nowhere and started conversations. Firstly, you have to have a big heart in sales and celebrity में थोड़ा बेशरम बनना पड़ता है boss. You have to approach if you have to approach boss. डर किसी का. What he will do if he's not giving you business, that contact is no good to you. Na? So you have to be little besharam. When I mean besharam, you cannot cross the line with your language by doing anything wrong if there's a female around you. But you have to show that passion. Arey boss, this I can do for you. My man can do this for you. He can change this for your brand. So again, guys, start understanding the business of sport. Start studying the business of sport. Or make that a part of your DNA. Religiously, you have to spend 7, 8, 10 hours in a day. Only dreaming about, but only dreaming will not help. You have to action that dream. The A in dream, DREA, that A in dream is action. जब तक वो action नहीं होएगा वो materialize नहीं होगा.
Definitely. So, moving on to another question, it is whether it is better to be a sports agent in India or whether it is better to be a sports agent abroad.
See, boss, I know multiple people, I won't name anybody here, who have done, they are masters in sports management, but Than Gopal hai bahar. Europe is finished. Europe is good to only go for a holiday. The most unsafe city in the world today is London. Standing on London Bridge or standing on London Eye, you will be robbed, you will not come to know also. पैसा इंडिया में है, खाली इंडिया में है. Boss, I'll tell you one thing. Today I'm close to 39, 40. You think a 20-year-old will just get to work with Messi? Or just get to work with Ronaldo? Or just get to work with Roger Federer? But in India, with cricket, with other sports coming up, there are so many openings. India is not a developing country, I say. It is already a developed country. थोड़ी चीजें ठीक कर लो इधर. There is no one bigger than us, boss. सब स्टार्टअप्स इधर है बड़े, सब पैसा इंडिया में है बस. WPL जैसी लीग में भी आज कम से कम 10 लाख लोग इन्वॉल्व है. So celebrity management in India is on its way up. You have to just have the right aptitude and mindset to get it done. A Rinku Singh today also can become a Sourav Ganguly.
Definitely. Definitely.
What's his name? Venki Mysore. Who's a left-hander? Venkatesh Iyer can also
Venkatesh
become a
Iyer,
Sourav Ganguly today. That aptitude has to be there to take that brand forward and be realistic in what you quote. There are certain A-listers who are not realistic. I'm not naming anybody here. Who are not realistic in what they quote. So India में पैसा है in every field and domain. Do your masters and bachelors here only. Don't go outside and waste crores of rupees. वो फैड खत्म हो गया बॉस. ट्रम्प अंकल आ गए, वो धजिया तो उड़ा ही रहे सबकी. तो अमेरिका को तो भूल जाओ. यूरोप खत्म हो चुका है, बचा इंडिया खाली हमारा. People are scared to go to America. You don't know what he will end up doing the next 5-4 years. Europe is finished. There is no point wasting a crore of rupees in doing your masters overseas and then having to come back. One of the most brightest alumni, I'm not naming that person here today, has worked in the biggest sporting company in India first for 2 years, then went out, did the masters. I'm not saying he or she also did the masters, and today is again come back and I have got that person a job again, worth a lot of money. And that person is only 25, I think, or 26.
Right.
And when I say journey, na guys, one very important aspect, don't look at the salary you make in the first year, but see the growth. See the growth that you will impart in 5 years being in the industry. And I can give minimum 100 examples of IISM students today who would have started at 30,000, but in 5 years are at 2 lakh rupees a month, at 25 lakh rupees per annum, bare minimum. And more. And more. Don't look at the CTC of the first year and make a judgment. But, and more. 5 years down the line, there was a student doing his master's who could barely talk. today runs 15 centers of cult fit alone, earning more than 20 lakh rupees per annum. As I
Def-
said, look at the trajectory in 5 years, because in the sporting industry, if you're good, if you're smart, if you're passionate, growth is skywards and not plateaued like how it is in other industries.
Right. So,
Engineering people today are ruling the roost. ड्रीम 11 engineer से बड़ा हुआ है, फैन कोड engineer से बड़ा हुआ है. I know engineers who are my counterparts today in doing celebrity management for other sports celebrities. Because today you are probably sharper than a commerce student, with due respect. Your PCM is more tough than getting into a degree in commerce. So use that aptitude. End of day, formal education is important, but it is your vision, your reach, your determination that will strike it for you, boss. अगर जवाहरलाल श्रीनाथ और अनिल कुंबले इंजीनियर होके 600 विकेट इंडिया के लिए ले सकते हैं, तो सेलिब्रिटी मैनेजमेंट इज नॉट दैट डिफिकल्ट, बॉस. 110% you can do it if you're passionate in it. I came at 30 to study again 8-10 years back, guys. First day, I also got very scared. My God, 20 subjects. Then that orientation, I'm seeing this economics, accounts, law. My God, I'm like, Bhavesh, you're gone. कहा हम बिजनेस कर रहे थे केटरिंग का, दादा से प्यार है तो करना तो पड़ेगा अभी. So guys, passion, dedication and determination. Key to
definitely.
anything. And India, 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 boss. There is nothing overseas. खत्म हो गया overseas.
Definitely. There's another question that we have. Is it better to manage a currently playing player or is it better to manage a retired player? And what are the pros and cons of representing either?
Depends on how you see it, boss. Say, my man earns more than Jasprit Bumrah and Rohit Sharma.
So would you say it's down to how you manage the player?
See, firstly, he has to have the attributes also today,
Yeah,
right? He has to be, uh, I won't say much, I won't give too much insight on what we do, but uh, he needs to also have those capabilities. And certain current players like that. Because I won't name anyone here, but we know everyone through and through, in and out, on what they do, what they don't do. So, but the insights are very, very important at this stage to understand where, what, how, and how you position him in the market today. And everyone is positioned differently. Everyone has their skill sets to offer. We are
right,
fortunate that Mr. Ganguly has the business acumen, and that is something that takes him ahead leaps and bounds today. Because
right,
I don't create endorsee relationships with brands. For me, it's not 8 hours shoot over. Thank you very much. Aap kaun, main kaun, money in the account. We go way beyond that. Unfortunately, none of the other A-listers do it. But that's the niche that we have created for him and that we are very proud of. But
right,
again, uh, I feel one generation before us is easier to manage. Personal experience. There are certain shoots where we shoot with current players also. And uh, we are far more easier to manage and far more easier to handle. Uh, Especially the Fab Four were far more grounded. But again, see, today if you take a Yashasvi Jaiswal and if he's mentored in the right way with Rahul Dravid and his team, sky is the limit for him. Gill, if his head is in order, uh, sky is the limit. Rishabh Pant, again, if his head is in order with the talent he has, but the health has to be in order.
definitely.
No, we don't technically tie up. See, I am official and exclusive only for Mr. Sourav Ganguly. So I don't need to tie up with a talent scout agency. But yes, I work with a lot of agencies who do celebrity management or who basically are bigger agencies than what I am, an individual who works on Mr. Ganguly's payroll. But there are agencies like RISE, ITW, so on and so forth. When you come to IISM, I'll give you the entire list. But we work with a lot of agencies. You can't, Bhavesh cannot tap everyone alone, and vice versa. Today, every agency or every celebrity manager, just allow me to have water once again. Every agency or Bhavesh Singh, for example, has 25 pet brands, and they also need me. I also need them. So the entire ecosystem of sports talent managers need each other, and it's always good to be cordial with everyone because you never know when they need you and when you need them. Some people treat me as competition, but then that's good luck to them. Especially individual managers do that, but I don't see anyone as my competition. So it's how we, and I just say one thing: you get one deal for me, I'm all yours. Then I'll open all my social equity for you. So that's the way I work. Some people do it, some people don't do it, but that's fine with me.
Coming on to the last few questions that we'll take for today. A question is, how complicated is it to be a football agent in India?
Yes, football in India uh, still has a long way to go, but Sunil Chetri's company Fair Play is doing fabulously, and but there are one or two, Bachan Bhutia, Chetri, um, Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, the goalkeeper. I am not very advert with football, but football in India has a long way to go today.
Right,
Uh, ISL, with ISL also, ISL is completely loss making at this stage, but we see it growing. And I say this to every Indian who loves football, guys, it's your time to change it.
right,
And don't blame cricket for it because cricket has done nothing wrong to any other sport. The other sports survive because of cricket. Had there been no IPL, there would have been no other leagues today.
right,
The amount of CSR BCCI does is the entire budget the other sports have. And it's not BCCI or cricket's fault that it's where it is today. Today, as a private body, a Raipur has 1,000 crore rupee stadium, a Nagpur has 1,000 crore rupee stadium. Other smaller cities, Baroda has 1,000 crore rupee stadium where I'm currently sitting. So you all had the opportunity to do the same. And football
right,
will take time. We need one big superstar to take the world by storm. 75 and 79 when we won overseas tours, 83 World Cup, 87 World Series, Sachin, Dada coming, Rahul coming, doing well, winning a few trophies there, then the World Cup in India. And today, as I said, every tier two, tier three, decent sized city has a world class infrastructure in cricket. Football still is a long way to go. Hockey could have gone the right way with the two medals, but thanks to the Orissa government, the hockey league is back. But football agents in India, of course, see the bigger money is there, and of course, with the Olympics coming in, boss, sports management is not just going to be a second, third career. No, it's going to be probably in sync with a lot of B school careers or the big the big four or the major careers that you have.
right,
ISM has masters, postgrads, everything.
right,
And I say this, we are bigger than the IIMs in the sports industry with a lot of pride and humility is of what we create for our students in terms of job openings, in terms of career, in terms of growth, in terms of development. There's nothing bigger than IISM, boss. If you want to make a career in sports, IIM Ahmedabad is also behind us, boss. Because they don't rule the industry, we rule, we control, and we rule the industry. A lot of
definitely,
competition has come and just faded away because end of day credibility matters, guys. We have a former India captain leading it, a former India player and Bombay Ranji Trophy captain leading it, where you have people who are in the industry from ISM who are leading the industry. I said ICC, BCCI, IPL, the big icons of Indian cricket are led by ISM students and alumnus. So that is the impact and the difference that ISM has over any other competition in this space.
right, right.
Cool.
Definitely. And we'll take the last question, which is, would you suggest doing a normal bachelor's degree and then coming to master's for ISM, or doing a normal bachelor's, or doing a bachelor's degree at ISM and then doing the master's from ISM as
See, I don't believe in going overseas for education. Okay. And I explain the pros and the cons to you.
well?
It's
Right,
absolute waste of money. Absolute sheer waste of money. Um, Maturity levels are higher with masters is but the stars that I have seen in the last few years have been a lot of bachelor students also. The
right,
person I was talking to you about is a bachelor student.
right,
Virat's ex-head of Cornerstone is a bachelor student. Yes, a lot of masters have done great work. As I said, Tale, myself, we are all bachelors and postgraduate students. But and as I say something, marks is just a number. I might have come first and been a gold medalist, but that does not ensure I get brands or I succeed. So marks and being average in studies, Parth, you just raised the question. It's just a byproduct. It's how your determination from inside is in the sports business space. And it doesn't matter. See, if you're clear at the age of 18 that sports management is what I want to do, just do the bachelor's course, I would suggest them. Why waste time doing a BCom or doing an MCom or doing anything outside and then coming here just to waste those 3 years? Then take the formal education, and in 21 your meter starts. You're out in the industry.
Right. Definitely. With that, sir, thank you so much for sharing your insight with all the individuals on call. It was a pleasure to have you on the webinar, and I hope a lot of them can see you on campus sometime. So,
Yes, guys. Just my last statement summing up this entire webinar is that ISM is the place to be. No one better than ISM will offer you what they do. And I say this with a lot of humility. I'm repeating it for the last time. In the sports management space, they are bigger than IIM, Ahmedabad, and IITs because of what they offer. State of the art institute, industry faculties, massive industry support, and control in the industry. I repeat, control in the industry today. The owners of Dream 11, the owners of Dream Set Go, the owners of My 11, the owners of the IPL franchises are personally known to us. Sai, Khelo India, government officials in the sports are personally known to us. No one else has that reach and penetration. On a call, we can say the student is good. See, we have not biased to any student. But on a call, we can actually set up interviews. Clearing the interview is completely your protocol. That also will help you with. But just so I'll give that person's example I gave. I mentored that person for 2 full months to get that person a 5 6 digit salary. So that is the reach. We'll create that reach for you. Cool, guys. Thank you. All the best. And looking forward to seeing all of you all at ISM very soon. Thanks, Irish. Thank you, Karan. Thanks,
thank
everyone
you,
at
sir.
ISM for giving me this opportunity. Thanks. See you, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.